So, did you ever think that they'd do all of this? Like, they have this many cars, they'd work on it so much, like, they're so invested in it. Did you ever think that they would have this passion?
I didn't think it would get as big as it did, to be honest. Thought they'd do like one or two.
That was it?
I didn't think they'd just, keep getting more. But I mean, I'm not saying that's a bad thing, though.
No, it's time consuming.
Mm-hmm.
Sammy's worked on cars all of his life, so, well,
It's
not
good
all
to
of
have
it,
a hobby.
but as long as I've known him, he's had something in the garage.
Mm-hmm.
And as brothers that are so different, it gives them something that they can do together.
Got me. Yeah.
Oh, I just need, okay.
What you wanna know?
So, why do you do what you do?
Why do we do what we do?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. He probably needs to explain that. I never did
Why
this
do we
until
do
I
what we
moved out
do?
here in 2007, so.
I started this in 1978. My uncle taught me how to do it. He painted the first car for me and told me I would have to paint the second one. Well, after I got started at it, I thought, this is mental stress relief. I can do one of these jobs and I can forget everything else that's bothering me in this world. It takes your mind off your job, it takes your mind off everything else that's going on. And this is how we got started, and my brother joined right in because he figured out shortly that, yeah, this is something that takes your mind off your work and everything else that's going on. And we've started out with a bucket of junk, and yes, we've argued.
Of course, I also realize that
Yeah,
when you do these
I painted.
cars, you have value in them. Of course,
Yeah.
that's what gets me there, because I like to have value in something when I'm
Yeah,
done with
it's
it.
gotta have that. Of course, the first thing I ever painted for him was a Volkswagen or an Opel?
An Opel,
Yeah,
76 Opel.
that you could have thrown a cat through the side of it. Yeah. This right here was the first one, show car I ever bought. And bought it in 1990, Fredericksburg, Virginia. It was faded out. It didn't have the vinyl top on it. Didn't have any upholstery that was worth anything on it. And a year later, I had it back together. I had to return to Fredericksburg, Virginia to show the guy I bought it off of what it looked like, because the car belonged to his grandmother. The boy was 16 years old. And that was the only thing he asked of me. I bought the car for $1,300.
Wow.
1,300 cash.
1,300 cash.
Cash.
And I didn't even have 1,300 with me. This was the rest of the story. I was lucky. The guy said, we'll go to the DMV. I only had $500 to give him. I was wanting to go back another weekend and give him the rest of the money. He says, oh no, you don't have to do that. He says, I'll take your $500 and you bring the car back for me to see after you get it back together. So I did. I helped him on her. I went back to Fredericksburg and showed him.
How long did you say you were doing this one for? 3 years?
I think that some of these pictures, we probably bought this truck in 12 and started working on it in 13. It's not because we have other jobs,
Yeah.
and we worked on the 67 Firebird and other projects. It just hasn't been one of those that we stay on constantly. Our goal is to have it done by spring.
Last spring?
Yeah.
It's just not easy to find. They don't reproduce it.
Bonnie.
Do you have to ever make parts? Like, you just have to make them?
Yeah, you know, inside this truck, when you look at it, those seats are actually out of a Ford Ranger. And that bench, we made the bench to set the seats on. Because the old truck, it had a built-in. You've probably seen it. We had to cut it out. See, all this used to be a gas tank back here, and we took the gas tank out, and this was all created. Did the woodwork and the carpeting and figured out how to back it, put it together.
And then we had to make part of the dashboard too.
Yeah.
Somebody had amputated part of the dashboard.
And those pictures, you'll see this dash was, this thing had to set in the barn or something. This whole area here was gone.
Radio
where the radio sets in the middle. That whole bracket was gone, had to be made and put back in.
Would you say this is like the toughest one you've worked on?
No, I think it's gonna be the best one.
The best one?
That Trans Am that we'll look at is the toughest thing either one of us would ever take.
Yeah, we had a hard time finding parts.
Oh, it was brutal. But when they come in here, and you can see from the old pictures, the guy had started working on it, he just wasn't doing it right, and he was over his head. So we went ahead and striped the back of this truck off with about 6 or 7 different paint colors. And it sat there for a while, then we would sand that off. I put 5 or 6 more paint colors on this truck. Ronda 1, that's why
Yeah.
we have this copper.
Yep.
It's like their top.
He was leaning towards the red. I just wasn't sure what I wanted.
Purple.
Purple.
I like that plum crazy.
Purple?
Plum crazy, that's what it's called.
Is it similar to like the violet
It's
colors?
a
versus
deep purple.
deep purple? There's people who use like a weird shade of violet. And they put all of their Mustangs. People like to make Mustangs have really weird violet color.
Yep.
You'll use that stuff on that because you can't use the all metal. It's not deep enough. And he'll put that on there, and that will make that just as smooth as this.
So that goes in deeper than.
It's your final coat, your leveling coat. Now you got other hateful places. He'll ding them the way he did that other. And he'll all metal those in, and then he'll come back with that blue stuff and he'll smooth it right out.
They call that icing, like icing a cake.
We're having a very smooth ice cake.
Yeah.
It's like those ones you see videos of the professional bakers.
Oh,
make.
yeah.
It's all nice. It doesn't even look like cake. It looks fake.
It looks pretty, but it's fake. Yep, that's exactly right.
You know,
It's
most
about the same difference. We're kind of like a cake decorator because we try to get this on the smoothest what we can put it. Because the smoother it is, the less sanding there is.
and I've seen days when there's been piles of body putty on the
And
floor.
it's not good on those days. I just will leave the spatula in the drawer.
Where's the farthest you guys have been with them showing cars, or just out driving the cars?
Elkins? I drove that one to
Elkins.
Elkins, and then they drove both of these, so yeah, probably Elkins.
Was there I forget what festivals are in Athens?
It was it's the 4th of July weekend. I don't know if there was a festival or not, but it's like an all weekend thing.
And it's a big car
It's-
show.
Yeah, it's,
Now, we go to the Michigan car show,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like miles and miles.
It's in Michigan.
I'm saying like the car show itself is
Yeah.
miles and miles. Matter of fact, you don't even look at the cars by walking around. You go to this, what's the name of the town?
I never went with you guys.
Wood-
It was a
Woods-
retreat for you and Dad. So.
Yeah, but you go and you actually sit in the median where the grass is and you take chairs and they drive around.
I would assume it's
They
probably
like
outside
they
of
have
Detroit
like their own
somewhere.
car parade.
Yes, they do.
Oh, that's so cool.
And some people get, I mean, you can get in and jump out and whatever, and then a lot of people have them lined up, and like they'll have all the Mustangs in one area, it's Mustang Alley and different things.
That's convenient.
It is, it's a big thing.
And you guys take the,
We took the orange one last time,
yeah,
yeah.
you took the,
Yeah, we don't take these up there, because we always travel in pairs because we have a mechanic in one, and a ride if we need it.
Just in case.
Just in case, yes.
We had these pictures taken down to stern wheel. That was one of the first ones we took a TA to, and Kenny's got one of those too. As you can see, there's a lot of Tyler County up here. I was always fun in the day. Here's another Tyler County. It's pretty awesome.
What year was that one? 2012?
Mm-hmm. Kenny's big win was probably the year he took his car to the career center in Clarksburg.
I got 2 or 3 up here on this car.
Yeah,
I think I'm gonna pick one.
and here's the one you got this year.
Yeah, this-
That's the Payton City, the one Ethan just come from.
Tyler County's been good to this car. I mean,
We like to be competitive.
you see all the glass. I mean, I got the Queen's Choice at 17 down there with this car, and I've got top fives every time I've won. I got the Mayor's Trophy, West Union Car Show. It's pretty cool. I mean, I've had fun with this one.
Do you think you would ever sell any of your cars?
Only if I had to. We put too much blood, sweat, and tears in. I mean, I'd sell that red one right there. I mean, if you ask me on the right day. No, I wouldn't sell it. We've got too much work into it.
Do you ever have, like, do you think you'd ever have to sell it for, like, a bigger project?
No.
No?
Because we do these things over time,
It's an investment.
an investment, and I plan on it, plan it out how we want to do it. That's like this car. Before we ever turned a wrench on it, I'd already spent a year buying parts.
Do people think it's weird that you work on cars all the time?
No. You know, some people think it's cool. We have lots of other hobbies. I mean, I tell people work, you know, they say, what do you do? Well, I say, well, I farm, help him with these cars, I ride dirt bike, I play saxophone. They just kind of look at me like I have three heads. I have to be doing something. That's the story of my life. I have to be, I guess, creating something. Does that make sense?
Yeah.